Welcome to Scene Invaders. You got Dan and Felicia here. And today we're going to do a theory video on Yellowjackets Season 3. We're going to talk about Pit Girl, Callie, Shauna, Evil Ty, the man that Ty sees. What the hell's up with that guy? And who lives at the end of everything? Someone's got a theory about that. So if you guys don't know, we're going to do a live stream. It's going to be me, Felicia, and Jen from Discord. The live stream is going to be April 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Since it's going to come out at midnight, we're going to do it right before then. So get your lingering last questions in. We could also do one more theory video in between episode 9 and 10. So get your final theories in. All you got to do to be in the next one, if you weren't in this one, comment on this video, watch our weekly review, and comment on that. All right, Felicia, you ready?
Yes.
Get these going. What's our first one?
Excited. Okay. This first one is from Mark DePisa, 1843. I hope I said that right. I think Callie is pit girl and Shauna leads her to the pit. I think that scene takes place in the current timeline and somehow they all go back to the forest or it's a different forest. The tension between Shauna and Callie has been teased the whole time.
I've literally never imagined in my head that scene taking place in the current time.
Me neither, but now it's been on my mind.
I know. I never ever thought that was a thing. I always assumed it was a past timeline thing. And
Hmm.
I still kind of think it is in the past. If I had to pick one or the other,
Yeah.
I would still go with the past, but if it is in the current timeline and it ends up to be Callie, that is one of the best calls ever.
Yeah, it
Seriously.
would be such a twist, and this is the only comment or anything I've heard. So they would be proud of themselves for calling that one.
All right, we got more Cali stuff. Let's get into it. What do you guys think about Pit Girl? Let me know. I'm very curious about that. I want to talk about that in the live finale pre-show that we're going to do. So bring your questions. Get ready for that. All right, the next one is from a frequent commenter. See this guy all the time. Rickard Red 17. I'm starting to be a Cali believer, meaning I think she's behind some of the stuff. I think she easily could have been the one who shut the freezer door. She was missing that day. She could have been the one that left the phone, and clearly she took the note. I think she might have even been getting close to Lottie to learn more about her guilt and perhaps movements to set up killing her. The DNA could be mixed up because it's so close. And the van was in NYC, could have been Shauna or Callie. Not convinced yet, but with the note being confirmed and something about the way she was talking to Jeff came off suspicious. All right, so now Callie's the
Hmm.
murderer and she's behind everything. I buy the note part. We talked about it in our
Yes,
last
yeah.
video. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Yes.
everything else?
I mean, I am kind of onto Callie too, myself.
Yeah.
It is crazy to actually think that she could be the one behind all of it, but I
Yeah.
don't know. There is something about her that does make her suspicious. We do agree about the note. I did think when Misty found the ticket, the Easy Pass or whatever that was in the back of the
Hmm.
car, I did think in my mind for a second, like, could that have been Callie? Also, it's the same car. And,
Yeah.
Shauna's reaction, you could say she kind of was, like thrown off by it too. I don't know. So that would be really interesting.
But she didn't she go to New York to get the cat though for the good deed they wanted to do with her and Jeff when they got that
Yeah.
cat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she also did go, but Kelly still could have went. I mean, it's still possible. And
Yeah.
Callie and Lottie were bonding so much. The thing that makes me think this might be true, they were bonding a lot and getting along. And then when she found out that Lottie's dead, her reaction was just like, no, nothing. It's like she felt, no,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It was just
Yeah.
kind of, it was like, oh, okay. I thought you would have been hurt by that news. That's all.
Yeah, me too. I thought she would have like shed a tear or something,
Yeah.
considering how she did seem to really like her. But then also the night when they were hanging out with Misty, didn't she like drug Misty a little bit too? So, I mean, she's a
Yeah.
little unhinged herself. She did want to get Lottie alone that night and kind of question her a lot.
Hmm.
So maybe there was an ulterior motive there. And also the DNA that they mentioned in this comment, that is interesting as well, that, they do share DNA. So it could be just as much Callie as Shauna.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, it's damning. It's under the fingernails. Like we said, it's like defensive type of move, right? So
Yeah.
that is a little damning and it's a little obvious to be Shauna, even though they just showed Shauna literally bite a piece of Melissa off of her and force feed it to her. So Shauna's nuts in her own way, but could it be Callie? What do you guys think? Let us know. I think it's very, very plausible at this point.
Next one is from Preston S. Papple. I predict that Melissa sent Shauna the tape to lure her to Virginia. I think Hannah somehow found the tape and wants revenge for her mother. She wants adult Shauna to confess to her mother's murder. I think the season ending cliffhanger is that Shauna gets arrested for murder, Van dies, and Ty and Missy are worried about what might come out during Shauna's murder trial. Jeez.
Man, They're
Ooh.
setting up Van to die because of what just happened with her last week, and she's spitting up blood. It's taking a turn for the worse.
Hmm.
Ty thought she had to kill someone else to buy her some more time, but I'm not ready for another main character to die yet.
Yeah, me
It's
neither.
like that would be three in a very short amount of time, you
I
know?
agree. Unless
It's
it is going the way you said in the last video about how they might all just end up dead.
I think that's possible that they all end up dying. Yes.
Yeah. And Van
And
has cheated death more than once, though. So it's like, how many times can she really?
yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, that's possible. All right. What do you guys think? Let us know. All right, a bit about the Antler Queen here. Love me some Antler Queen and Pit Girl talk. So this one's from Eva Tesh. I think Lottie is the Antler Queen because she already started wearing those flowy clothes the last couple of episodes. I cannot picture teenage Shauna wearing something like the Antler Queen's gown. It doesn't fit her character, and she also never believed in the it being with them.
Hmm.
I'm on board with this 100%. I
Yeah.
think it's as simple as that. Lottie's the Antler Queen. That's why she had that. Remember the therapy session she had last season, and the Antler. It turned out she was talking to Antler Queen, basically no one the entire time. She was imagining it.
Right.
I
Yes.
I think it's as simple as that. Lottie's the Antler Queen. I'm on board 1,000% with this one. I mean,
Yeah.
I could be swayed if someone else comments something differently in the comment section, but like so far, what I've been given, yeah, I'm on board with this.
I agree, especially the part of how it's not like the flowy dress. Like they couldn't really picture her wearing that. I do agree with that as well. It
Yeah.
just seemed like out of character for her.
Yeah, and especially how she is like in the past, the way she is about everything. Even with Melissa, she told the other girl, she's like, if she dies, you die. Like she's so uptight and like let's fucking go type of attitude. It
I
doesn't seem
agree.
like she'd sit down and put on the Antler Queen, and I don't see
Yeah.
that. It just doesn't seem like her, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Next one is from the same person.
Oh, two in a row.
Yeah, Eva Tesh again. I think Evil Ty loves Van even more than normal Ty does. Since Evil Ty is at the wheels, she hardly ever talks about her actual wife and kid. Her world just revolves completely around Van, even calling her the love of her life. When normal Ty was still in complete control, like in season one, she didn't even try to be in contact with Van, and they hadn't seen each other in decades.
This is so on point. Eva, great job spotting that because
Yes.
I questioned last video how long has Evil Tide been in control? And I saw another comment, someone said since the crash, since her and her wife got in that car accident. And
Mm,
I could buy that. And we know it's a fact now since we saw them two talking to each other at the window of that door.
You never did believe.
We know that's a definite thing that it is evil time control. And she
mhm.
said, she was like, you don't have what it takes to save her. I do. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I think you're right there. But I'm not saying that the normal Ty doesn't love Van, but I think evil Ty, you're right that her world is Van. So,
Yeah, she is more
yeah,
of like an obsession, it seems, than normal Ty. Even though
yeah,
Ty does love Van, we know that, but evil Ty has more of like, yeah, like the obsession, like I said, and kind of pushes more and she's a bit more aggressive, obviously.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
Van kind of like, I don't know, she likes, I guess, the energy Van has, and it kind of like brings something out of her. Like, didn't they say in the flashbacks that when they get sexual, that's when evil Ty kind of comes
That's
out?
when
So
evil
it's
Ty
like
comes
she
out. So she's like, oh,
loves
yeah,
Van. Yeah.
yeah. She's like, oh, my
Anything for
turn.
Van. Yeah.
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 Okay. Good point there. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So something I've been dying to talk about, the creepy guy that we see with Ty, right? When Evil Ty clearly took over in that scene, when she put that smirk on her face and he was standing right
Mhm.
behind her. They saw her in the present time after the waiter had a heart attack and they were hugging. We saw him then. So, all
Yes.
right, Emily Clay Creations 6796. I think the creepy guy, man with no eyes, is representation of death and danger. Ty feels his presence when she's in danger or is under immense stress. I think him showing up when they're facing rescue makes sense. I also think he's tied to her other, maybe the physical manifestation of what makes up Dark Ty. I mean, I think that's very well said,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
agree. They said a lot
because
better than I would.
it's just such a mystery to me what that is and why we see it. So, like, we see it not that often, but we see it often enough to be like, whoa, what's up with this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that's pretty well said. And I think the next comment is also something about this, right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
All
it
right,
is.
let's read that one and see if we can get more out of this.
Okay, this one it says unknown. so we don't
Oh,
know.
this is from Reddit. It's from Reddit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It says, I've seen so many theories about him, but the one I like the most, slash, I find the most interesting, is that he's some sort of generational curse attached to her and her family, and that he caused the crash and or is the entity in the woods, but only she can see him. Now, I like this a lot.
Yeah. I like it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
she
really
did
good.
mention her grandmother, or like her grandmother said she saw a man with no eyes before she died.
Yes.
So this would actually make a lot of sense. Something
Yeah.
that's passed on to her. My grandma died. Now it's something that's going to curse me. I don't know if it's because she was in the room, like she was with her grandma when she died, or it would have happened either way. Not sure how that works, but I find this, yeah, I think this is really interesting.
Which is also telling you that if Ty wasn't on that plane, this never happened, right?
Mm.
If you take it that way, literally,
Right.
you
If
know,
he's what they see in the woods, because it was already there, right, before they arrived.
the symbol and
So
stuff.
if
Yeah,
there
that was
is some
there.
connection, I don't know.
Okay.
Very cool.
It's like they were led there by Ty, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, kind of like some other shows have done that as well. Like there's something that pulls people to a certain place and then it like
Yeah.
curses them or traps them. And they do
Mm-hmm.
feel like even though they left, the wilderness never really left them and it follows them around. So
Mm. All
yeah.
right. Dream scenario. Okay. End game of the show. People are dying left and right. We find out that Cody has survived. Joel McHale, he's still alive. Okay. They track him down. They hire him to bring them back to the woods. And then a showdown happens. And then that's when we see who the last to survive is. That would be
Yeah.
sick. I mean, it's not going to happen. But
You never know. You
you
never know.
never
You can't
know.
write
Yeah.
anything off. I
Yeah.
mean, I hope he's still alive too in present time. I think
Yeah.
chances are slim based off how crazy these girls are. But I
Mhm.
mean, they've thrown a lot of curveballs. There was people we didn't think would be alive that are. I mean,
Yeah.
Melissa last episode. So you never know.
And listen, they said when we saw the obituary for Hannah, but they didn't talk about him. So they're leaving that door open. So
Yes.
why not look in and
Mm-hmm.
search around a little bit? I mean, it's possible. I hope he survived. I think that would add an extra layer to the show, and that would be a really cool end game scenario to bring him back and
I
to show
agree.
more scenes what he was involved with. Because, like you said last video, we're kind of getting to the end of their time in the wilderness. They got
Yes.
one more winter to go through. Not that much time is going to pass. So how much more can they fit into those past scenes? Maybe 2 seasons worth. I think they want to do 5 seasons, but I also think it's possible that season 4
Yeah.
might be the last one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more you could really throw in there without people getting bored or I don't know, just
Yeah,
like think the too many options of things that could happen. They kind of just need to know. But I think, since he's there for their next, hopefully he's there for their next winter. I think he's the one that comes up with the idea of the traps and
yeah,
builds the one
yeah,
that Pit Girl falls into because they need his expertise. He knows a lot, he's knowledgeable, and I
yeah.
think they're gonna run out of options like food and they're gonna need his help.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't kill
because
him.
they could, yes, for real. Well, because they couldn't find any meat last winter, right? That's why they started
Mm-hmm.
to eat human
Eating each
people.
other.
Yeah, which is gross. But yeah, I think that he could be the one that comes up with the trap idea, and I'm excited to see him in more scenes. And I think adding that extra layer of the frog people, like the frog scientist, kind of rejuvenated the past scenes for me. It was like, oh
Yeah,
shit, like I didn't expect this happening, and then
not at
I'll
all.
cool, I'm down, you know? I took it
Yeah.
like that. All right, so to end it off with an end game scenario, J Hove, another commenter I see all the time. Thank you for being a part of this community. I think they will all die by the end of the series. If anyone should survive, it should be Van. Don't forget, Misty killed that reporter. Was she a reporter? So, yeah, remember that woman she killed that was like faking being a reporter because she was hired by Lottie, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. That
Was
was
it?
like season one Misty when she still had
Yeah,
people like locked in her basement or
that's who the
something.
yeah, she had that woman
Yeah.
locked in her basement. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she killed her. Yeah. But if you want Van to be the last person to survive and she's like dying last episode, how many sacrifices are they gonna have to do to keep Van
Yeah.
alive to the
That
end?
is true.
You know?
I don't think it would be her last, sadly. I mean, I would love for Van to like there would be some miracle or something for her. I just don't see it going that way for her.
I
But we
I'm a
never
big
know.
I'm a big fan of the actor because I used to love the show Servant. So I'm a big Lauren Ambrose fan. So I don't want her character Van to die. It would suck, I think, and it would hurt the show, especially since we lost Natalie and we lost Lottie already. I'm not ready to lose another main character just yet, even though I do agree with that comment. that they're all gonna die, I think that's the only way this show ends. Either they all die, or literally one person, like the final girl in a horror movie, one person
Yeah.
survives. And I could see it being Misty, and she gets married to Walter and lives happily ever after. That's what.
Aw, that's a good
Yeah,
one. I think that would be a good one too. I also do like the idea of them going back to the woods.
I
I
would
don't know if
love
like
it.
maybe they go there and that's where they all end up dying. I don't know. It would be so like deep. I know I sound but like it would be, I don't know, pretty cool for them to get back out there because
I
they
could
feel
see
like they
that.
haven't left anyway and their lives are
Yeah,
anything but normal. So
I could see it being the final three episodes where they come up with the idea. They're like, all right, let's go back. We find out Joel McHale's still alive. He's gonna take them there. And then during that time, we find out who Pit Girl is. We find out about this man with no eyes. We find out everything, and they go back to the woods where they were lost. That would be the
yes,
final
it would
couple episodes.
be so cool.
Yeah, it would be amazing. So, what do you guys think? Let us know. We can do one more of these definitely in between episodes 9 and 10. And don't miss out on that live stream on April 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be the two of us, another Discord member, and people are going to be hopping on and off all night and chatting. We'll stay as live as long as you guys comment. Let's have
Yeah.
some fun. Almost the finale. Can't believe this season's almost over. Yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Went so
Gi-
fast.
Giveaway too. Felicia, would you like to tell the people what we're giving away?
So when we hit 10K subscribers, we're gonna give away $200
On Venmo. So that's all
on Venmo.
yours. Got a better chance to win if you comment and are part of the community, just engage. So I'm like, oh, I know who this person is. They deserve the money.
Yes.
Just be a part of the community that we're trying to build here. But hey,
Mhm.
thank you guys so much for watching. The episode review is going to come out Saturday afternoon. So definitely check that out. Can't wait to see episode 9. I'm
Yes,
sure
I'm
it's going to be
excited.
ape shit.
Insane. Oh,
Yeah.
every the past two have been crazy. So I just assume that
Yeah.
each one is just gonna get better and better, more intense. I
You
can't wait.
you think it starts with Melissa throwing up that she just ate herself?
Oh my gosh. Because we know she ate it. We
Yeah.
know she ate it.
He
And
knows
we
she ate
did.
it.
I know
Yeah.
some people hate spoilers and trailers. I don't know if you want to even know, but that
Uh,
one part when they show her and she's like, it looks like she's in a car accident and she's
yeah,
holding
yeah,
her
yeah.
arm. I'm really curious
Yeah.
who's chasing her, like what happened.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what that whole scene is.
That was the first promo image they put out of Hilary Swank being in
Yeah.
the season. That was the first image they put. And now we know what the
Mhm.
bandage is around her arm,
Right.
but she's like bleeding from her face. But yeah, it's gonna be so fun. These last two episodes are gonna be a wild ride. I can't wait to find out what happens. And we'll be here for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Later.